Hi, Law of Our Nation. I'm Shannon Wenzel. Danielle asked me to take a minute to chat with you guys about my journey to area, which I just completed this weekend, and to tell you a little bit about myself. So I am married to Seth. We farm with his family here in the northwest corner of Illinois. We have 5 children. They are 9, 7, 5, 3, and 1. I went to law school after college, but I started staying home about 8 years ago, and for the past 5 years I've been homeschooling. So I was really happy doing those things, and I really didn't think I needed anything else. When I started with Arbonne in May, I would have told you that I was doing this for the money to help pay my law school debt, because if any of you went to grad school, you know it's just like a mortgage. But as I started getting paychecks, and they were fantastic, and I was so happy with them, I realized that I was not motivated by that at all. I've come to realize over the past couple months that what really motivates me is the chance to be a leader and to teach and train other women, and the opportunity to be able to help other women reach their goals and to be able to stay home with their children. I have a lot of girls on my team who are working in jobs they don't love, and because of that they've had to miss things like back to school night, meet the teacher night, any of those things that any of us have ever had to miss when we've been working. And I'm really motivated by helping them achieve their goals and being able to stay home with their children. We've already seen some really great success on Nikki's team of people being able to stay home with their children, and that is what's most motivating to me at this point. So I started with Arbonne in May. I am signed direct to Nikki Smith, which is one of the better decisions I've ever made. And I was trying to think about why we've been so successful in the past 4 months. So I tried to think of a couple of big picture things to tell you guys. The first thing is we started treating it like a business from the very beginning. All of my team, we just immediately treated it like the biggest business ever. This is a little silly, but I kind of pretended that my business was Danielle's business. It was that big. It was that important. This was not a small hobby for us. This was not about selling makeup or having a glass of wine with girlfriends, even though that is fun and that is part of it. It was all about being professional, acting the part, looking the part, acting with integrity, giving excellent customer service, always delivering what we promise, all kinds of things like that. So that was really helpful, I think, because it helped the girls on my team understand that this is something we were doing together. It made them feel part of something bigger than just a small hobby or just something they might make a couple dollars a month at. So that was one thing we've done from the very beginning. We've always had a team email system, and every single week I go over goals with each girl, and every month we go over goals. We go over our team goals. I tell them my goal for the month, and I try to be very specific with them so they know what's possible, so they know where I am. When I have success, when I have failure, both I share with them. It helps us feel more like a team. The girls are really good at cheering each other on to their goals, so that's been something that's been very successful for us. The second bigger picture thing that I think has helped us be successful is that everyone on my team is very involved in their community. If you are the kind of person who hasn't had a whole lot of time to invest in your community or to be involved at church or at school or wherever the case may be, maybe I'd suggest trying to make that a priority. I would never say you should serve in order to help your Arbonne business, but it would help your Arbonne business if you were involved, because it gives people a basis to trust you. If you've already been out there, you're always serving, you're working, people know you, they trust you, so when you say, this has changed my life, let me tell you about it, they have a basis to believe you, and that is really, really exciting. I don't want the first time I talk to a girl at church to be when I am trying to sell her something. I want it to be because we're bringing her a meal, because she just had a baby, we're helping her paint, I'm inviting her to a Bible study. That's what I want the first interaction I have with people to be. And then later on, if that ends up being something she's interested in, if she wants to do Arbonne, that's fantastic. But the first time I talk to her, I don't want to be trying to sell her something. So being involved and giving a service is something that I think that's really important. I know it's a value for Arbonne to give back to your community and to be of service to other women. So I think that that is something that was really helpful for our team. Everyone on my team is very, very involved in their community. They're giving back. They're wonderful women of integrity. I think that's enormously helpful. The third thing that I think has really been helpful is to be teachable. There have been times when I've been struggling in my business for whatever reason. I didn't have enough spas. It seemed like no one wanted to book, whatever the case may be. And I would take that right to Nikki or Danielle, and I would ask them what to do. And then when they gave me advice, I took that advice. Being teachable just really is helpful. They've already been through this. They have been where you've been. They've had the problems you've had. And if they give you advice and you think you can make it work, you should be using that advice because they know what they're talking about. Then on a practical level, I know some of you are kind of practical girls like me. We were at 8,400 on Friday morning, and we needed to get to 13,005 to complete the promotion this weekend. So that was obviously a fairly big leap, but my team got really excited by the idea. So the first thing we did is I personally offered a 35% off sale to all my clients, and that was pretty successful. That was helpful, obviously. Many of the girls on my team offered a sale also. I didn't ask them to do that, but they did get pretty excited, and they went ahead and did that. The second thing we did is we kept everybody updated by our email system all the time. In fact, they wanted to be updated with our exact numbers far more often than I had time to do this weekend. So over and over they asked me, where are we now? How close are we? Are we almost there? Tell me the number. And they worked really hard to achieve their own personal goals, to get their DM promotion, their DM maintenance, their bonus, whatever the case may be. They worked really hard to get those goals, and in turn that helped to get our bigger team goal of becoming an area. So that was really helpful. Keeping them updated kind of raised the excitement, and it made them really push hard to get a new bump and to get new numbers, and they were very excited by that. And then the third thing that we tried to do is, if any of you watched that video Danielle put up of that little blonde girl who went from I think 17,000 to 48,000 for her RVP promotion in a couple of days. During that video, that lady said, I just worked like it was all up to me. Like I didn't have a team, I would be getting no sales from them, and I made sure that I worked like it was all up to me. So I kept that in my mind this weekend, and I got to tell you girls, I contacted every single one of my clients, every one of my PCs, my hostesses, anyone who had ever mentioned Arbonne to me ever. I contacted this weekend, let them know about the sale, asked if they needed a reorder, and I know that that is a really scary thing for a lot of us. That is something that I don't necessarily love doing, but I have to tell you, I saw far better results from doing that than I've ever seen from ever having a sale, posting a Facebook post about a sale, or any other kind of even mass email. That had enormous results for us this weekend. So that was very successful. So those are a couple of practical things we did. It came right down to the wire. You know, it was a holiday weekend. We had a lot of people out at barbecues. They're going to get their order in later. We had some credit cards that did not go through the first time the way you hoped they would, all kinds of those things. But in the end, it was about 11 o'clock, and we ended up flying past our numbers. So it was fantastic. It has been very exciting. My team worked incredibly hard. I am so proud of them, how they pulled together, and it was awesome. So if you girls are out there and you are thinking that this is pretty far away for you, I know that even last month this was looking pretty far away for me. I just want to tell you, keep going. September is the biggest month in the business. This is completely possible. If you can be motivated and you can motivate your team to see the potential in this business and to see the opportunity you have here to make a difference for your family, then you will be hugely successful and you can make all your goals in no time. So I'm so proud of you guys. I hope that some of this has been helpful to some of you. I'm looking forward to meeting whoever will be in Montana later this month. And thanks for letting me talk to you. Have a great night, guys.